Hey there, comic friends. I'm Travis.
And I'm Ethan.
And we're still at the riverfront. Reviewing comics for tropical, beautiful, early January.
Okay,
Yeah, we haven't videoed all the goose poop we're standing around.
No, you're welcome.
Or the smell. Too bad our camera doesn't have smell-o-vision.
Okay,
That fresh tropical air.
okay, first up is Catwoman, issue 15.
Okay, so now we're finally getting to see truly just Ann Nocenti write this book now without being manipulated by a bunch of other stuff other than the Black Diamond thing they got going on now, the kind of Eclipso Diamond. She's been hired to ends up getting hired to scoop up that diamond. Me and Ethan have already talked a little bit about this book off camera, and I think I'm done.
Yep, I've determined that the only thing about Catwoman that I don't like is Catwoman.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it earlier, and I described Catwoman isn't necessarily dumb, but she certainly doesn't feel smart, and she's super condescending. She feels like the blonde antagonist in a chick flick about like high school or something.
Right.
It really does.
Right.
She really just does.
Yeah. So basically, I don't like the voice. I don't like the voice of the character anymore. She's just kind of not ugly. Ugly's not. Ethan described it best. I don't care for it, and I decided it's not something I want to read. So you know, I have to order comics here pretty soon. I won't order the next one, so we'll have the next two on my pull, and then we'll be done with that. I got some other books I'm looking at wanting to pick up. I'm gonna pick up Katana. Of course, it's written by Ann Nocenti also, so I don't know, you know, what that means. I don't think the book is badly written.
No.
I just don't like how
I don't like Catwoman.
I don't like how she envisions the character. I think.
Like
I think it's, you know, well written wise. The art looks great in it and whatnot. Another way I want to comment on the fact at the beginning of this, they're robbing a party, and they're basically, what are they robbing the party of?
They're robbing super diamond encrusted, super expensive ancient sex toys.
Right. So they're snagging some fertility idols and some other phallic symbols and whatnot. So for all you people who squawked, all you people out there who were squawking about the fact that that the Catwoman was all sexist because it's written by Judd Winick, and a guy shouldn't be handling the character, blah 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 blah. This is a female writer writing the character, and she's all ooh la la because she's stealing sex toys. So there you go. What are we rating the book?
I guess I'd give it a 3.
I give it a 3. Wasn't a bad book, but it's not what I'm interested in reading anymore.
Nope.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about DC Universe Presents Black Lightning and Blue Devil. What'd you think?
I continue to like this miniseries. I'm going to be sad when it's over, and we move on to something else. I hope DC Universe doesn't continue its tradition of, this story is really good, and then this story sucks so bad, because it has. It's done that so far.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we can just continue to get nice stories. But we continue on with this. We figure out that the suit that Blue Devil is wearing is literally the demon's skin.
Yeah. The demon that's in this one. That's in this book, yeah.
Yeah.
He wants the green guy. He wants his.
And
his
of course,
skin back.
I think if anybody was to cut his skin off, it makes sense that it is who it is. We find out that Etrigan, of course, because, you know, if any demon that has ever been wrong, if any demon has ever been wrong, it's of course because Etrigan did it.
Right.
Of course. Whatever. But I still think that's fitting. I'm trying to figure out, though, why the skin doesn't like him.
Why it's rejected?
Is it because the blood has been spilled on him while he's wearing it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
so it's bonded to our character now.
It's attuned to him and
Right.
no longer
Right.
Neverbros or.
Well, and has been screwed with probably by the quote-unquote cult that he belongs to. You know, his organization, his cabal that his families belong to.
That
messes with the magic stuff.
That disempowers magic. Yeah, I like this. That is a scary drug. I mean,
oh yeah.
As he explodes, it's just like, oh my god.
So there's an opening scene, right? These guys, they go score some drugs. This is the new cool stuff. They buy it, and of course, it's the magical crack, basically.
Yeah, it's magical.
It's magical crack that the whale has has teamed up with the demon to go, hey, I'll sell my drugs and you can take their souls. Awesome, right? So the guy smokes this magical crack, right? He gets all boily and starts to get all sick and die.
And they take him to a church.
They're running him into a church.
Oh shoot! Right, and then he's like, "Stay away from me, holy man!" Boom!
It explodes like grape jelly all over the inside of the church. That's pretty awesome and gross and cool.
Yeah.
I do have one beef with this. I don't know if it was time constraints or whatever. There are 2 pencilers on this and 3 inkers.
Yeah.
And then one of the things we really loved about the last 2 issues of this was the art. It was really awesome. So I don't know if that means that there was lots of last-minute editing that the artist can keep up with, or the artist can't keep up with an ongoing, which is a bummer, because I really would like to see the regular guy who was doing this get an ongoing somewhere, because he really, really made some cool-looking stuff going on. But yeah, I like this.
The cover's awesome.
Yes, Ryan Sook cover, yeah. You know, at the end, I questioned the whole, the guy, you know, Whale's gonna shoot his dad, I don't know what he's gonna do, why doesn't Lightning just crack him with the lightning bolt?
Okay, you know what, guys, guess what? Lightning, you know, light, is actually faster than a bullet, especially from a handgun.
Yeah.
So unless you're like shooting a freaking rocket launcher out of your handgun, and even then, I'm assuming it'd be easier to hit, lightning's faster. You just pop all his bullets with lightning.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or crack him before you pull
Exactly.
the trigger. That's,
okay, you know what?
Hot.
If worse comes to worse, you just fry his brains. Okay, I mean, it's not necessarily the most heroish thing
so
to do.
It's the whale. Come on, he's
Exactly.
the whale. He's been torturing your dad.
He's exploding people, and he tortured your dad.
Right.
He made a pact with a demon. You might.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, be dumb, jumping from the bullets.
So what will we rate this book?
Just by, oh my god, with it. I think I'd give it a strong 3 week 4.
You give it a 3. Give it a straight up 3. It was fun, but the art was irritant to me. The fact that you could see it changing throughout the whole book. Yeah. So what are we talking about next?
Next up we have Red Hood and the Outlaws, issue 15.
One of the
Death of the Family.
Oh. So yeah, this is a bunch of Jason Todd getting screwed with by the Joker. He kind of kicks the Joker around a little bit. The Joker continues to imply that he knows who he is and that he set this whole thing up.
Okay,
but
so
he won't flat out say, "I know you're Jason Todd."
Yeah, but at this point, I feel like.
Feel like what?
How does he not? I mean, with all the other Bat books, I mean, he captures Robin and nobody else related to Robin.
Right.
But with Batgirl, although it's a really harsh one and really interesting, it could still be a coincidence the fact that he's chopped off. I mean, because it could be because he's going after the commissioner's ex-wife, not necessarily her mom.
That's what he's
but
got
with
for commissioners.
It's undeniable. How?
Okay.
Wow.
So let's assume that the Joker really has set Jason Todd up this whole way along. The only part of the plan that Jason Todd screwed with was his coming back to life. Mm-hmm. The entire rest of the thing has all been a giant manipulation of Joker.
Well,
how does that set with you?
How does
that set with you?
I'm not saying that's necessarily I'm not saying that I think he manipulated Jason Todd the entire time, but I think he definitely knows Jason Todd is Jason Todd at this point.
Well, and set him up to be Robin and then killed him off and whatnot, because they've implied that all the way through this book, all the way through the books, through the Batman book and whatnot, that's the case. How does that set with you? You're fine with that? You're fine with the fact that the Joker's this master manipulator that did all that and whatnot, and that really, to a large degree, Jason Todd hasn't been really his own person. He's been kind of played the whole way?
I don't think that's realistic. But I do think that the Joker knows who they are. I mean, until then, it was iffy. But, you know, in this case, when he's like, ooh, when he sets up the dummies.
Right, well, yeah, all the stuff that has to do with Jason Todd is definitely. But he implies a lot more Jason Todd than he does in the other character.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what I think of the fact that, I mean, I think it's, on one hand, it's cool that Joker is so crazy and maniacal and plotting and whatnot that he set this whole thing up with Jason Todd.
Not that I feel like Joker couldn't do that, because I'm sure.
Right. So part of me thinks that's cool, and then part of me thinks, oh man, that kind of takes a lot away from
Jason Todd,
the character. I mean, except for now, maybe we're going to see him move beyond this or whatever. Mm-hmm. I wasn't really excited by this issue. It was okay. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't really have much in the way of anything to say about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that if I feel like I need to go back and check all the other Death of the Family books where we see Joker's eyes, because if they aren't blue and green, I will have problems, because one of Joker's eyes is blue and the other one's green. Yeah. So better darn stay that way.
That's right. Okay, so what we rate this book?
I give it a 3.
Yeah, I give it 3 too. Wasn't nothing exceptional or whatnot, but it was fine. Okay, next we're going to talk about Supergirl, number 15, part of the Hell on Earth thing, which we haven't picked up any of the other titles to. So, yeah.
I hope it gets over with fast. At least it doesn't look like
do that. But at any rate,
okay.
seagulls. At any rate.
At least it doesn't look like Ellis sticking his hand up Superboy's butt in this issue. That's nice. But
that cover. Right.
Okay. As we waste time trying to make the. Okay. Yeah. I guess I don't have any problems with the story, but I'll be okay when it's over.
Yeah. It probably would have been nice if we would have actually gotten the other bits and pieces of it to know the rest of what's going on.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, if I'd read the other books, I would be able to tell if he's a bad guy or a good guy or not. I mean, technically, if you make it so Krypton was never destroyed, whatever good they all did will be erased.
Well, yeah, that whole change in reality thing that kind of messes with stuff anyway.
Yeah. But whatever.
My big thing is with it. It's probably an interesting story. I'm kind of tired of seeing Superman get played, which I think she's doing here. She's getting played. She's getting manipulated. I don't think that she has to be fighting against her other relatives, fighting against Superman and conflicting with Superboy. But it'd be nice if she got along with them a little bit. And of course, this just adds to the conflict between them. And I'm looking forward to a point where Supergirl can be Supergirl, as opposed to Kira, in a panic trying to get her feet under her and whatnot. Now, do I want her to go to school and live normal life? Like, no, I don't care. That's fine, because I don't see that happening, because she's never going to be that. I don't think this character's changed enough.
No.
But still, let's have her being a superhero as opposed to just a reactionary person.
Although, if we see Kara beat the crap out of Superman one more time before that happens, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
So, what rate that book?
3.
I give it a 3 also.
Okay, next up is Wonder Woman, issue 15.
Okay, love this book, of course. I think this was an excellent issue. You see some more conflict between Hera and Zola. That's pretty awesome. Them flipping channels back and forth, and that whole dialogue.
Great. Yeah. That's awesome. I love the fact that as they're changing channels and Zola, when Zola, right? Zola. Okay. When Zola, I don't remember. When Zola changes the channel the final time and she's being all sassy about it, it's not just click, it's lick. Yeah. That was amusing, and I love how the dialogue on the TV is continuing with the two channels.
Right.
Also, I love the fact that Hera is watching a soap opera because she's a god. And of course, what do gods love more than drama?
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
So, that's great. Yeah. I love the fact. And I love the fact that Zora's watching, some sort of, a racing show.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And Cliff Chang is on art in this thing, which makes it extra cool.
Yep.
We get to see Orion in this one, full out Orion, no just hints or glimpses of him and stuff. It's quite good. I mean, yes, it's slow. It's a slower issue as far as feeling like things are going forward and whatnot. I think it's going to build up to a huge thing. We get to see another sibling, and that sibling is buddies with Orion.
Weird. And he's obviously some sort of prophet.
Well, he's a prophet. Yeah. He's
nothing like watching him go no, and then see how it flies.
Well,
ew! Why are those in your mouth? That's so gross.
Yeah, but so that's really cool that the new gods are using this other demigod from a different pantheon, and they know about the final child being born, and they're freaking out. Orion and Wonder Woman at the very end of this look like they're going to get into a serious smackdown.
Wonder Woman gets an upgrade.
Oh yeah, bracers that pop out swords now.
Yep. I thought it was going to be lightning swords, and I was like, that's kind of cheesy. That's pretty cool. And then she has the dual swords, and I'm just like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I can go for that.
Yeah, and Orion's lying when she pops up the swords.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that's nice. I'm still going to beat the hell out of you.
Okay, she broke Artemis.
He doesn't know that.
I know.
He's a god too. He's
So
a god
is
of war.
Artemis.
He's a god of war, though. Artemis is a god of hunt.
Okay. Whatever.
So far I'm okay with the treatment of the new gods. I'm okay with the fact that Ryan isn't just a total, well, I'm thinking, I'm curious to see if next issue we're going to see him go all ballistic and primal and whatnot. So
It's not total blockhead. That's
yeah.
cool.
So I'm stoked. I think this is all just to build up to something that's going to be just crazy huge.
Well, between Wonder Woman and the new gods showing up, and the Hermes and whatever he's doing with Zola's kid, and then the fact that the first child of Zeus and Hera is coming back, and that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, there's a huge
There's something big
coming. Just this thing, this ominous cloud that's crawling along for this book that I think is just gonna be.
And you know what, that
incredible.
reminds me of there's a story arc shortly before Wonder Woman got rebooted for the first time. I think it was called Black Horizon. It was called Black Horizon, and this story arc, I mean, in the sense that there's this ominous overhang of some gigantic thing coming, reminds me of that.
Yeah, and I think they do such a great job in this to still continue to deal with the gods of them being gods and their role and kind of how they operate and whatnot. Just the fact is,
it's great.
They
it's
have
awesome.
to meddle. They can't just leave crap alone.
I love Hephaestus.
Yeah.
The god of the forge.
The god of the
I
forge,
love his dialogue. I love how at the end, he's like, Tinker. That's all gods do at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That was awesome. He's definitely one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, excellent comic. What would we rate it?
I give it a 5.
I give it a 4. Really enjoy it. Yeah. More Wonder Woman.
Yeah, more Wonder Woman.
It could double ship and I'd be okay with it.
Yeah,
As long as they could maintain the quality, which of course they wouldn't be able to, so I'm okay with the way it is. Anyway, that's it for this time around. We're gonna go warm up because our hands are freezing.
I can't feel my ears.
Yep. So have a good one. I'll see you next week.